Hey guys, what's up? Josh's Oosters here with a new Digimon video. Kind of a follow-up actually to the gameplay video I posted a few days ago. I got a couple of messages with people asking me about the deck lists I used in the video, and I've been tinkering with the black deck in the video a lot, which is the Diaboromon black deck, which I'm really pumped up about. I think it's really fun to play. I think it's a little bit underrated actually. It might be better than people give black credit for. So I really want to show it to you guys. Diaboromon black splashed in with some War Greymon, since the current card pool is just not big enough to focus on the just Diaboromon, since we don't have the promo cards they have in Japan. But yeah, I still think it's really good. Just a little bit sad that it has such a bad Omnimon matchup, which will probably be very popular. But I still think it's definitely worth to give it a shot. For all the people who are saying black is unplayable, basically, I think it's pretty good. I can talk about it all I want, but it's better to just show you guys, so let's get into the video. So yeah, guys, let's just get right into the deck profile. We'll start off with the Digitamas, the Digi-X. For this deck, we are playing obviously 4 of the Tumamon. This one is the one that, as in an inheritable ability, gives your Digimon plus 2000 DP if you have another Digimon in play with the same name. So obviously it synergizes with Diaboromon very well. As soon as you drop the Diaboromon and you attack, Diaboromon will spawn the Diaboromon token, which has the same name, so you'll instantly boost up your Diaboromon to 12,000 DP. Which in set 1 is like, it is a lot. It will be enough to run over pretty much all of the level 6 Digimon in the set. Just if you run into something like an Omnimon, it's a little bit problematic, but you'll understand why this is very strong. And then for the last one, just because there's only 2 black Digitama in the game right now, we play the Capuromon, which is still really good, since the second line of Digimon I'm playing, basically the second backup strategy, does include Reboot, so you'll mostly be boosting those Digimon with 1000 DP. So that's it for the Digi-X. Then let's get into the rest. For the rookies or the level 3s, we're playing Triple Caramon, which is just the best one, since it will, if you play another Digimon with the same name as this Digimon, as an inheritable, it will allow you to trigger 1 card. So much like the Tsumamon, as soon as you activate the Diaboromon effect on attack, this will allow you to draw 1 additional card. So this is by far the best rookie for the strategy. It's just really powerful all around, to be honest, in my opinion. So this is definitely the one you want to open up if you're going for the Diaboromon line. Then we're also playing the Reboot Toy Agumon, which as an inheritable just gives the Digimon Reboot, which is a little bit like the Capuromon, basically, where it's your choice for the secondary Digivolution line, basically. It's just really good. It's pretty much the second best one if you're building up to something. Then, since this is a black deck, we are playing 3 of the rookie blocker Gatsumon. It's a blocker. It works with the strategy. It's just really good. And then to round off the rookies, we're playing 2 of the Hagurumon. So 14 rookies in total. I've seen people say like 12 is a good number, or 13, but you always really want to see rookies when you're starting out the game. So I think 14 is pretty much a sweet spot. And Agumon is just a 2 drop to play, which can be good when you're trying to set up a little bit of more board pressure. So that's fine as well. But it doesn't really do anything aside from that. It just helps you build up. Then for the level 4s, we are playing 4 of the Kusarumon. honestly, its inheritable effect's not that good. It's, in my opinion, a lot less good than the Kiramon. It basically has the same effect, but only instead of drawing you get +1 memory. So of course the effect is pretty good, but I think just drawing a card is a little bit better. It's 2 to Digivolve and 5 to drop. It synergizes really well with Diaboromon, and of course, like, there will be situations where the effect comes up aside from the Diaboromon token situation, but that's just mostly why you're using it. Then we're also playing 4 of the Greymon, the black one, which gives jamming to a Digimon that has reboot on top of it. So obviously this in combination with Toy Agumon is really strong, and you'll see with Metal Greymon and War Greymon, they both have both have reboots from their own. So it just it's a safe way to start taking down your opponent's security. It just leaves you open to attacks from the opponent's Digimon, basically. But since this is black and we're playing a lot of blockers, it's mostly safe to just go for the security even early on when you're building up. Then we're also playing Gardevoir, which is a blocker which actually it can't attack at all. Most of the blockers say like pay 2 memory to attack, but this one it just can't attack. But compared to the other level 4 blockers, it has 7000 DP. And we are playing the Type Tamer, which I'm showing you later, so this will get pretty big, really hard to run over for the opponent. And then to round off the level 4 lineup, we're playing 3 of the Numamon, basically just because it's the one drop, one to Digivolve, which is just necessary to play in some situations, and also it will sometimes allow you to basically leave your opponent let your opponent start their turn with just 1 memory, which is good. And you also just need to see the level 4s. You don't want to get stuck, that's why you need to play enough of them. Then moving on to level 5s, we're playing of course 3 Inframon. Diaboromon is very strong, but it does have a Digivolution cost of 4 to drop. And Inframon's effects actually, it reduces that cost by 1, so it makes it a 3 drop. Which I think is a pretty fair cost for Diaboromon, since it is a really, really strong card. But yeah, I think like for set 1 it is really good, but a 4 cost is like really high. If you compare it to other 4 cost Digimon in the future sets, like Shine Greymon for example, it doesn't compare basically. So this is pretty necessary to play in my opinion, even though it doesn't have a good inheritable effect or anything like that. Then we're also playing for the secondary line the Metal Greymon, which just has reboot from its own, and also as an inheritable it gives security attack +1 to any Digimon that has reboot, which will be the War Greymon or basically anything with the Toy Agumon under it. So this card is really strong. And then we're playing 2 more level 5s, which is Andromon, which is a level 5 blocker which can attack, since it is black and we just want to play a lot of blockers. So yeah, that's 10 level 5s. And then the big boy himself, Diaboromon. His play cost is enormous. His Digivolve cost is pretty high, but with the Inframon, it goes to 3, which is decent, I think. It's very reasonable. It is incredibly powerful. Basically, every time you attack, you can spell a token with the same name. And then when you do that, you will trigger all the inheritable effects on like the Keramon and Kusarimon. And then also, basically you can go attack, spawn a token, and then when this Digimon would be deleted by your opponent's Digimon, you can destroy the token instead. Yeah, which is pretty strong. So it kind of also protects itself while also pressuring the opponent by building the tokens. So like if you get multiple of this out and start attacking, you're just generating so much advantage. But that's also the weak point of this deck basically, is where it's hard loses to Omnimon, since if you have like 2 Diaboromon and 2 tokens, he can just wipe your entire board with one Omnimon drop. Which is why I think the deck is not as good as it could be in the format basically, while I still think it is really strong. But oh, and also note, like, this is a white Digimon, which is why I'm not actually playing Millenniumon in this build. For the rest of the level 6s, we're playing 3 of the War Greymon, which synergizes really well with the Greymon line and the Metal Greymon, of course. It's a level 6 blocker, which is really strong. And it also has reboot just from its own, so you don't need Toyagumon to get the inheritable effects from Greymon and Metal Greymon. And when you don't have extra Diaboromon, this is a really good backup. Like, you might even play 4 of this, but instead I'm playing 1 Machine Dramon. It's also a level 6 blocker, and then the on-play effect to de-digivolve 2 Digimon. It might just come up sometimes, that's why I decided to tag one of those in. And then that's basically all the Digimon. Then we're not actually playing any option cards, because I just don't think the option cards in black are good enough to play in the deck, basically. But we are playing 3 of the Tide Tamer, which on your opponent's turn gives all your black Digimon 1000 DP, which is really good with the blockers, of course. And then it has the effect that all the 4-drop Tamers have, where if you start your turn with 2 memory or less, you move up to 3 memory, which I think is a pretty underrated effect. I've seen a lot of people talk about how the 4-drop Tamers are just not playing, but you'll see if you're actually playing the game and your opponent has one of these up and you don't, you just get behind so fast, because they can keep putting you on 1 memory while they have 3 memory to play with every turn. So I think the 4 cost is actually pretty reasonable. So yeah, that's it for the black deck. So yeah, guys, that's it. That's the deck. Diaboromon and Spell War Greymon. I hope you enjoyed it just as much as I did. Be sure to give the deck a try if you like the Digimon, if you like the mechanics, or if you just want to try something aside from blue or purple. And yeah, if you liked the video, as always, please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll definitely be posting up more deck profiles, more gameplay videos for Digimon. I actually have some cool matches recorded. One of them also has a green deck, so you might want to check that out in the future. And I'll try to profile all the decks I'm showing on the channel. So yeah, see you next time.